Donovan Mitchell, congratulations and welcome to Utah Jazz Nation.
Thank you so much. It's a blessing and an honor to be part of this organization. I'm truly excited and blessed to be here.
When did you know that you were going to be traded from the Nuggets' 13th pick to the Utah Jazz?
To be honest with you, when I stepped off stage, like the last step, I looked on the screen and that's when it said traded to Utah, and I could have never been happier. I loved everything about this organization, love Mr. Lindsay, love Coach Snyder, and I'm just ready to play.
You have to feel really, really wanted that the Jazz would move from the 24th pick to a lottery pick number 13 to get you specifically.
Yes, it's a blessing, you know, and the fact that the team wants you that badly that they're willing to trade another player and trade up to get you just shows how much interest they have in you, and it's on me to make sure that show the world that they made the right decision, and my work ethic won't change. In fact, I probably work 10 times harder, and I'm just willing to compete and go out there and just play for all the Jazz fans and the Jazz organization.
Speaking of that, they tab you as a character-driven player. Explain what that means to you.
I pride myself on being the most high-character guy in this draft, or in general. Character takes you a long way on and off the court. Basketball eventually runs out. The air eventually runs out. But you definitely keep your character with you the entire time. And I just pride myself on that being different. You know, some guys could be looked at as just jocks. I'm not just a jock. If you look at me, besides me being tall, you wouldn't think I'm a basketball player. And I pride myself on that, just being out there, being a different person, and kind of priding myself on just being relatable and being a guy that's loving and caring and happy-go-lucky and just always smiling. Because then when it comes to on the court, that happy smile turns into a little bit of an angry eyes and type situation. So it kind of fools people on the court as well.
Now, you're 6'3", but you have a 6'10" wingspan, so your wingspan is taller than you. Explain how that will help you in the NBA to perform like you want to on the court.
I think defensively is really where it's going to pay dividends. I think going out there and just kind of competing, you know, using my length to kind of jab at the ball and being able to kind of make certain plays that a lot of guys at my size wouldn't be able to make, I think is really what's going to help me.
You are considered one of the best defenders in this draft. In fact, they're calling you an elite defender where you can guard either the point guard or the shooting guard and maybe even some small forwards. So is that what you pride yourself on? And do you think that is the reason the Jazz moved up to get you?
Yes, sir. Most definitely. I pride myself on that. Being at Louisville, you don't touch the floor unless you play defense, so that's kind of where it all starts. So now I'm just really priding myself on guarding 1s, 2s, and 3s. I know that's going to be my role, and just going out there and working my butt off during the summer and even during the season to maintain my eliteness as a defender.
Now, on the offensive side, three-point shooting 35%. I'm sure you'd like to improve that in the NBA. Overall, shooting percentage is 46%, so you can score the ball. Do you think you have to improve on your outside shooting so you can become successful as a point or a shooting guard?
I definitely do. You'll never be too good of a shooter. You look at Stephen Curry, he's always improving. He's one of the best shooters in the NBA right now. But yeah, consistency is definitely going to be something I have to pick up on and work on. But a lot of people don't know I've improved my shooting tremendously, and that's going to be one of the big surprises, I feel like, when I come into the NBA. And all I got to do is just have confidence in myself shooting-wise, and I know what I can do on the offensive end, and just go out there and let my abilities show.
Now, most lottery picks don't get to go play for a team that just made the playoffs, so you've got to feel pretty excited that you're going to a playoff team, especially if they can keep Gordon Hayward and George Hill.
Yes, that's what's really kind of got me excited, the fact that I'm going to be able to play longer than 82 games, you know, because a team that's going to expect to win and expect to make the playoffs. And I think those high expectations make you play that harder and makes you work that much harder. You know, when you play for a team that's not necessarily so good, sometimes your work ethic lacks. And I think that the fact that we're a good team and have been a good team for the most recent years is going to definitely help with our motivation and trying to get past I believe it was the first round. I could be wrong. I believe it was the first round this past year, but just trying to make it as far as we can into the playoffs.
Yeah, they lost in the second round to the world champion Warriors. So the Jazz, they were your first workout in this whole process leading up to the draft. So what did you think of of Coach Snyder and Dennis Lindsay? And also, were you able to spend much time here in Utah?
I spent about a day here in Utah, and it really changed my outlook on the city. You know, you come in, you don't really think Utah is a beautiful city as it was. I have a few friends out here in Utah, actually, so that's actually pretty cool. And Coach Snyder was great. I talked to him on the phone after I got picked. You know, I knew Mr. Lindsay from interviewing with him, and he was really talking about my character and how much he loved me. And I was just really excited to be a part of this organization.
And finally, what can you tell Jazz fans about the person that they are getting and the player they are getting?
I'm willing to go out and work and compete. I'm willing to sacrifice myself for my teammates and for these fans and for the team that picked me. And for a team that's done so much to trade up to try and get me, I'm willing to put my body on the line and work as hard as I ever have, if not more. And I'm just excited to get out there and start my first practice, to be honest with you.